Hey folks, only me. I'm back with another track guide, and this week we are at Zolder GP for GT3 Challenge and VRS GT Sprint. If you're racing the latter, don't forget you can download my setup, my ghost car, and my replay file from findingspeed.com/track guides. And if you really want to delve into the data, hit that join button down below and have a look at the perks for being a YouTube channel member. One of them is to be in my virtual racing school team, which allows you to see all my telemetry for every lap that I do in iRacing, and also in a web browser you can compare your telemetry directly to mine, so all the braking markers, all the turning points, every little bit of data you can imagine is there at your fingertips, and I find it really useful. Hopefully you will too. Best of luck this week, folks. Don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to subscribe for more of this kind of thing, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you out there on the track. Cheers. Okay guys, here I go with my breakdown of the 1 minute 27.420 here at Zolder GP. I'm in the Ferrari, we're in normal race conditions, got full race fuel, and we're using my setup. If you want to download the setup, the ghost car, and my replay file, you can get it from findingspeed.com/track guides. So we're approaching the end of the Coke Zero posters, and you can see we've got some skid marks here. Just after those skid marks start, I'm going to start to brake, and I'm going to come down to third gear. And we're looking to turn in just as the white line changes, and we really want to get tight on the inside here, and we want to get on the gas good and early. We've got a nice strong trail brake coming out there, and we're obviously going to just clip that inside curb, and we can use all the green stuff on exit. And we need to throw our weight all the way over to the left again, and just near where this patch of sand and gravel starts on the left hand side of the track, we're going to get pretty far over to the left, and we're going to start our braking, and then we're going to trail in towards the inside beyond the blue cone there, and we're going to come down to third gear. And we really just want to sort of keep that trail good and strong. We want to make sure that we're coming into the inside tight, and then on the red and white curb where it gets really dirty, where obviously a lot of cars have travelled over, that's where we're going to want to start thinking about building up the accelerator, making sure that we're not going to come into contact with these bricks on the outside. They're going to make a bit of a mess of the car. We don't want any of that. And then we're going to keep that steering angle to bring us tight to the inside again, and then out to the outside. We're going to get up to fifth briefly, and then here where the line changes from a dirty white to a fresher white paint on the outside there, and we've got a little access path, we're going to switch down to fourth, and we're going to brake and trail in towards the inside yet again. And then really the earlier we can get on the gas here, the better. We want to get close to these no cut bricks on the inside, but obviously we don't want to come into contact with them. And we're being careful on the throttle on build up, just because it's very easy to run out of track on exit here. and then we're going to let the car just float over to the right, and we're looking beyond the bridge for the 100 board, and then just on the 100 board or just after, we're going to start braking heavily, threshold braking, and then we're down to second, and then just as the track widens slightly from the white line, you can see there, we're going to turn in, and we want to get on the gas good and early here and try and create a straight line between these two curbs. Now, I took a little bit more off the right hand curb than I would have liked. You can do it cleaner than this, but it was a good solid lap. And as long as you don't apply too much steering angle when you go over that curb, you can actually keep the car pretty planted. Tight to the inside, the outside as we go around here. And then again, we can see the white line changes from a clean white to a dirty white. Just before that, I'm going to start braking and come down second gear quite hard. And we're aiming the left-hand side of the car towards the red and white curb on the left-hand side of the track there. So we're down to second. We're turning in right at the end of the curb here. And we're looking to attack the second half of this curb without taking too much here. It's very easy to get an off track here, and you don't really want to attack those no-cut bricks. It makes a bit of a mess of the car. I took a little bit more than I would have liked there. But really, the aim of this chicane is to try and exit as far over to the left-hand side here as we possibly can. And we build up the throttle for a bit, and then we're out to bring ourselves nice and tight to the inside and building up the throttle again steadily to retain traction. It's a really taxing section of track that, but ultimately we just want to make sure that we're steady on the throttle on build up on exit. We want to end up far left here on the end of this curb, and then really steady on the steering to bring us tight to the inside. On cold tyres, you're not really going to be able to do this flat out. You're going to have to lift here, otherwise you're going to lose the rear. But once the tyres are nice and warm, sort of lap 2, you're good to go full throttle there. Keeping the car tight to the outside here, and we're looking for this board on the left here, the 100 board, and just as we're about to pass it, we are heavy on the brakes. This is like the slowest corner on the track, basically. So full threshold braking all the way down to first gear. Car's maintained on the left. You want to keep it as far left as you can. And then we're down to first. We're in on the throttle about mid corner here, but we're light on the throttle initially on first. Short shifting to second can really help keep traction here, especially when the tyres are a little bit old or a little bit cold. But when they're in the window, you can really push first gear through there. And then we're on the right hand side. And then between the bridge and the 100 board here, we have got a light, and I use that light pole as my braking marker here. Down to second, all the way over to the right. And then as we reach the end of the track here, we're tight to the left hand side here, and we want to exit well on the left and really open up that right hander. But the secret to this last and treacherous right hander is you can actually attack these bricks much more than you can on previous corners, and you can exit right on the end of the curb. And if you can get yourself positioned right on the end of the curb, just on the edge of the sandy patch here, you can actually keep the throttle down quite strong and only do like a little lift here and then build up on exit and push ahead back up through the gears to conclude our 1 minute 27.420 here at Zolder GP in the Ferrari. Now, there's definitely more time on the table here. This was a nice clean lap. I think there's another couple of tenths in it quite easily. Probably even a very, very high 26. But I was happy with the lap. It was clean. It demonstrates everything really, really well. And it's a good, safe, high split race lap that will serve you well this week. Best of luck with your racing. I hope it goes really, really well. Don't forget, if you really want to delve into the data and have a look at your laps in close up, you can become a YouTube channel member and you can get access to my virtual racing school team where you can analyze your laps against mine. You can download all my files and really delve into that data to help you improve your lap times every week here in iRacing. Just hit that join button, have a look at the perks, see what you think, and if you've got any questions, drop a comment down below. Best of luck, guys, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you out there on the track. Cheers.